PYT 78. Now, does that make any sense? So, I mean, I think some products, like we got this motif coming out. We got freaking whatever the hell came out today or whatever. We got different stuff that's weird. It's like weird products that we've never heard of. It's just coming out of nowhere. All those are not going to stay around. One or two might stick, but they're not all going to stay around. Yeah, the big names, especially for Topps Chrome, will stick. And now, if they come out with a product, a Topps product unlicensed, that's like Topps, you know, Visionary, Topps Visionary, and it's got whatever in it, I don't tell you right now, I'm going to hate it, no matter what it is. Because it's Topps Visionary. This is Topps Chrome. We may not like the look of it, we may not like that it's unlicensed, but the name itself, it's like you're going to buy a freaking Gucci purse or something. You know, oh, it may look like shit, but you're going to buy it, you know. So, and this is a knockoff version of Gucci. So, I know, but yeah, well, a lot of those years didn't have number cards. That's why that was junk wax era. So I don't think we're going to go, I personally don't think we'll have another quote-unquote junk wax era. We've already had that with the base cards in 1920 getting graded. We've already had a junk wax era. But people already are aware of that. Now more people are catching on. They're either grading and keeping their cards or whatever. They're not looking for, you know, like long-term value of base cards. You know, I mean, I'm hoping people aren't looking at long-term value of base cards. Now people want the numbered cards, the rarity, and that's what they're looking for. That's how it feels like, at least. 19 and 20, it was ridiculous. People, 2,000 Zion cards graded, going for thousands of dollars. It's like, what the hell? That was ridiculous, you know. And some things will adjust, I think, as we go. I like the conversation about it. I am a company man, but I want to tell you my true opinion, whether or not it falls in line with what sells or not. It doesn't matter, you know, because I'm also a collector first and foremost. Yeah, dude, I wish they would just do all HTA. Give us the hits. I want to start sending my base accounts allure, you know. Oh, free? Did you really, Auburn? That's pretty nice. That's kind of cool of you. I like it. Yeah, let's make a phone call switch. Topps Visionary. I don't even know where that came from. Put that on my ass, you know. Big money, great product name. Yeah, the pro sets, but there's still a couple cards out of there that was good. Some Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Santa Claus, Shadow Talks. Don't forget Santa Claus. He was in there. That was great. All right, 57. Let me drop the link to these couple. Let me drop a link to the last couple guys here. We got 3 left in 57. Do you think they're producing less? I actually think for something like this, they didn't create a lot of this, you know. I went to the damn flea market, and I was buying some of the pro set, like whatever they had. The guy had loose stuff all over the place. He had some nice cards there. I found some nice berries, nice Emmets, but no Santa Claus in there. Oh, you got the nets. Let's go, Kingsley. Come on. So there's the next break of that, and here's the next one of this. These two are the last two. There's only 5 spots left, guys. Take them. My neck is hollering at me now suddenly.
Did you take your stuff?
No, I forgot to take an aspirin. Took some aspirin earlier, but I'll wait now. We're almost done. Home stretch. Home stretch. 3 more breaks. It is definitely going to be an interesting time. But like with me, like all the rubies I have, they're not really going to lose value unless... You know how they're going to lose value? All these negative assholes out there talking about how breakers ruin the hobby. Get rid of breakers, and I hate to tell you guys, all of our cards lose value if you get rid of the breakers. Because you can't find them at card stores anymore. People won't have as much interest because people can't sit at home and look at their phone and break. And people can't watch the computer and watch breakers on their phone. So if they can't do that and they don't have interest in it and they're out doing other stuff, and then all of a sudden, what are they going to do? So then they're not buying it anymore. There's no demand for the cards. Then they dry up, and then now your card that you have, your cards that you're getting right now, bitching about like, oh, the breakers ruined it. They ain't worth shit anymore. You know? They'll sit in boxes. Exactly, Tyler. See, you guys know. I mean, it's whether it's PC or not. That's the truth of it. Breakers don't ruin the hobby. Do they elevate the prices? 100%. 100% they elevate the prices. Is that good for our card and what we're buying? Yes. You want your card to go up and be worth more. You don't want it to be shit.
No shit.
Thank you, Ballin. Yeah, no shit, exactly. We don't want no shit. Ballin kills the Wimby Chase over here. Bowman Chrome U is probably next, looks like. Now, that's the way I was doing. I hate when people are bitching and post, breakers ruin the hobby. Well, then you're either not in the hobby anymore or you can't afford it. And that's fine. I mean, there's certain levels of collecting. There's still low-level collecting. There's still retail, you know. Yeah, that's crazy for sure. The money-hungry people ruin the hobby, Jimmy. Believe me, there's a guy that I'm not really a fan on. That's you know what ruined the hobby? If you want, it's not ruined. Don't get me wrong, but when people say the term ruin the hobby, the influencers ruin the hobby. It's greed from influencers, Tyler.
The biggest influencer?
Not the biggest influencer, but it's greed from influencer. One guy out there using his social media hype to buy cards from someone on the cheap and flip it and sell it and make an arm and a leg off it. And they keep doing that and doing that and doing that. The flippers actually hurt the hobby. And they're the ones who raise the prices. I remember when I got here, they actually said when the cases come down in price, like it's better for us when the cases are way cheaper. We'll just do more of it. We don't have to have $20,000 cases. We actually don't want that because then everyone's tying their money up in one case. We'd rather have cases be $1,000 a piece like back in the day. Because we'll do it, and we only got to make, say, $1,200-1,300 off the case, and we can do 1,000,000 cases, you know? Yeah. So that's the way we don't care. Like, it's more the flippers who went out there and ruined the hobby. I don't have to look like a black already.
No,
black already? No. Shit, you know? Shepard, Amari Bailey. All right, let's hit a net. Yeah, I agree. 100% the flippers raised it way more. It's crazy.
I like this conversation.
That's a good conversation, yep. Exactly, Bassy, yep. Dude, so many people would have got back in the hobby. I wouldn't have been back in the hobby if it wasn't for breaking. If I didn't tune in on YouTube one freaking day out of nowhere and see Blez breaking it and be like, oh, what are these guys doing? It actually was on Breakers TV. And I'm like, oh, what the hell is this S-Blez guy doing? That literally was what it was. I tune in, I see S-Blez. I'm like, why is he yelling at everybody? You know, first of all, I'm like, why is he yelling at everybody? That was my first question. And then I was like, well, this is interesting. So then what happens? I go and, to 25, it's Vezenkov. Tell me Harvey has him. Tell him, D-Flam, there we go, D-Flam. D-Flam, you're new. Nice hit, D-Flam. I-O. And then I ended up buying a few cards, and I thought, well, shit, you know what? I could be out at the bar drinking. I could be out at, gambling at the casino. I could be out driving around. I could be out doing bad things. So I'm like, now I'm sitting at home watching the TV, and I'm like, breaking cards. So I'm like, oh shit. And then the other part about it is you're not just excited when you break the cards as you're watching like us break or whatever, and you're like, oh cool, I hit that card. It's like Christmas when you get a package in the mail and you go in there like, oh shit, I didn't see that card. I must have fell asleep, you know? Yeah. And then not to mention honestly the friends I've made in the hobby. Like that to me is more important than the cards because it's a community. You have friends and you're like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah, you always say that.
So, I mean, because sometimes it's not about the value of your cards. I got a whole collection of cards I spent at least 100 and some thousand chasing, and I ended up accomplishing my goal, and now it's worthless. And I'm not even mad over it. I don't care. Because I enjoyed doing it, and I could have been out doing way worse stuff than blowing some money on cards, you know? Right. Koulibaly for Dipset. There you go, Dipset. Nice hit, Dipset. That is 40 of 75 on the red. Yeah, I try to honestly speak the truth all the time, you know. See, you guys know it's fun for us, man. And everyone I've met within our community for Blez, they're just it's all such good people. Yeah. There's good people, you know. Do we have some freaking weirdos? Of course, we better have some weirdos. Got to keep us level. All right, we have gold of Jaden Hardy. There's a Desmond Bain autograph. Oh, wow, that looks dark. Desmond Bain autograph. Oh, it's awesome, yeah. I met Count Lure, one of the nicest people ever. Sonny's my guy. He's awesome. Lure, freaking going out and hanging out or whatever at the first one. I'm annoyed I didn't get to hang out with him at the last one. He went off to look for freaking cards, and then I didn't even talk to him the next 2 days. I'm very annoyed at that. I'm disappointed in myself. That was all my fault, Lure. You know, I got caught up with what I was doing. I got stuck at the casino that night like an idiot. You know, but I've met so many people in here. I mean, I never would have went to Australia if it wasn't for cards. It's not always about the cards. Right. I went to Australia, and now I'm friends with a bunch of the Australian guys. They're awesome, you know? Yeah. Hunter Tyson for Denver. That, to me, is what I always take away from the cards. Even if shit died and I ended up never working at cards again. Like, you take away the experience.
Right.
I went to Hong Kong. Bernie had me eating like people brain or something. I don't know what he had me eating. A bowl of something. I don't know what it was. He made me eat it, you know. And it just, that to me is the fun part of it. Australia was amazing. I found a new favorite place. Now every time I go somewhere, like I can't wait to go to Hawaii. A lot of the Hawaii people are like, hey, let's meet up.
Yeah.
You know? Cavs, Evan Mobley.
Yeah, it's a great community. I never knew, you know? So,
Yeah. It's awesome.
But, yeah.
Is it different than back when we were kids? You know, back when we were kids, I could walk into a card store and buy a card for $2, you know? Hero, I could buy it for nothing. You would have paid just as much. Oh, that one of one. Yeah, that's bullshit, Tyler. That whole situation was just bull. It like tainted that card for me. So now I'm like, fuck that card, you know? But yeah, like back in the day, sure, we could do that. But guess what? Now we can't because there's inflation and cards are much more money. So we got to educate the kids and collect with our kids now, which is what's the important part. Now the parents aren't just, my parents didn't collect. They didn't collect cards. I collected myself. Well, nowadays the parent has to do their job and collect with their kid. You know, like Sam Nubbs and his kid, you know, Junior or whatever. I think that's great. You know, yeah, they have more money than most, but oh well, like we can still do that to the aspect of, like I do with Minnie, with Megan.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like we talk about cards or whatever, and she has her own collection, and you know people give her a card here and there, and like that stuff is fun. Like some of her cards ain't worth shit. She doesn't care. You know, yeah, it costs more than back in the day, but it's just still just fun. It's called a collection.
I know.
Daniel.
I could appreciate it more now because, like, I do the same with my boys. You know?
You don't have to collect the Wimby
no.
$1,000 cards and shit, you know? Silver. Ooh, Jalen Pickett. Wow, Daniel. Daniel's cleaning up, Daniel. Cleaning up. Oh, of course. Yeah, that's the sad part. They'll never know, but guess what? Those kids wouldn't be in cards because there wouldn't be any card stores right now. So without breaking, they wouldn't even know what the hell cards were. Like Megan would never know what cards were. She'd be like, what? Cards? Like, she know, oh, that's what Dad has in his closet. Stacks of them in the closet. Acapulco for Toronto. I'm supposed to hit Kingsley at net here, or he said I can't come to Australia ever again. He says he's going to put me on the ban list. He said he has some kind of connections, I guess.
LOL.
Red. I hope it's LOL. MPJ. What Denver? What are you doing, Daniel? Daniel said every card in this whole freaking thing. God, I want to keep reading this, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Gotta see exactly like Swisher. He collects his KGs. It's just too much fun, you know. Let's see. Yeah, NBA is getting popular. Yep.
You feel it.
All right, come on, something big. And guys, if nothing decent comes out of this, there's Jalen Green for the Rockets, Blazers. I would be attacking the next one. This is a fresh case, so. This starts afresh, you guys. Do the other ones with Scott the next couple of days. You'll hit some bangers. You know? That's why I've always learned when I came on this channel, and it's like, I'm not here to I'm not a used car salesman. I'm going to come on here. I'm going to talk about my opinion of it. I'm literally nobody special. So at the end of the day, like, you guys may like watching me, but I'm just going to tell you my opinion. And I'm wrong 90% of the time, especially when it's about a player. Apparently I don't know shit. But I can open cards and show them. That's about all I can do. And I did draft Sam Darnold today, guys, in my fantasy draft. Hope you guys are happy. Another gold for the Jazz. Come on, Laurie. Baskets of Laurie Marketing.
Bassy.
I did. I had to draft him. I got to put my money where my mouth was. Dude, I love the 90 leaf Sammy Sosa. That's what I like. The 90 leaf Sammy Sosa was my chase. Kelly Oubre. And then 95, it was Bryant Reeves. I remember going to my local card shop, buying packs of like, it wasn't Score. What the hell was it? Oh, what was it called? Actually, I'll show you guys something here in a minute after this break. Oh, the Upper Deck Collector's Choice or whatever. Was it Collector's Choice? So it was funny because, like, what it's about, like, I know Megan's 22, having her own kid, yada, yada, yada. So even her, like, you can still find fun in collecting. They went to damn antique shops, and she was all excited. She's like, "Oh, I found Jordan cards, like old Jordan cards, for like $3-4 a piece. You know, nice Koulibaly." And she sent me a picture of like 9 of them. Like 6 of them are collector's choice, and I'm like, "Oh, they ain't worth shit," you know. But I'm not gonna tell all those aren't worth shit. I'm like, "Oh, cool, grade them and you know whatever, sell them if you want." Or like that's the game for her now. She enjoys grading them and you know collecting them or just picking them up. Like To me, that's what I'm doing with her. Like, she likes that.
And she does.